And we are live. HOCWWID with DJ Marmalade. Alright guys, so big news. I understand that it is early in the day for us to be doing a podcast, but my grandma has, well, ours truly, DJ Marmalade, has some good news to reveal to you. Take it away.
Yeah, I went to the doctor's office today, and I had good news. First of all, I learned that I lost 10 pounds. And then I got my blood work back, the results, and all my levels are good.
There you go.
My cholesterol is good. My diabetes is under control.
There you go.
My liver and kidneys are good.
There you go.
Everything is good.
There you go.
And they tested my feet, and I was able to feel everything on my feet.
There you go. I'm proud of you, Momo.
Everything is good.
See,
I was so happy about it today. I was just so happy about it.
There you go. See, my grandma, she puts in all this work with making sure her health is in good condition. Look where she's at. Look where she is at. Bringing back good results. I taught her how to fast, and she's been doing it, and look at that. Look at those results. My grandma's doing so good. When I grow up, I'm going to be just like my grandma. She's my inspiration and she's my hero.
Thank you, James.
Heat. Today, it's been so frickin' hot. What's the weather report looking like in Illinois?
Oh, it's hot. It's hot, rainy, and we've had tornado warnings.
Oh crap, I shouldn't be shaking this. Well, actually, it shouldn't do anything. Should it?
Oh no, it'll squirt.
It will? Even when it's frozen?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Oh boy. Yep.
Did it squirt?
Yep. Oh god! Oh crap! No! Well, letting it all out. Yep, it's squirting. It's a bunch of foam, though. Boy, I was not thinking, Grandma. I was thinking I could just shake it, and then it just dawned on me. Maybe I shouldn't be shaking this.
Really?
I'm just wanting to enjoy a nice cold Coke. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is it ever going to end? What the world? Grandma, I tried to pop the top. And guess what? It broke.
It broke?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Ow! Dang it. It's weird. Well, this is a bizarre way of drinking Coke, but okay. I'll make do with it. So there's literally just a little hole because I was not thinking. Why did I shake this up? Why did I shake this up? Now I gotta try. Oh, that's why it didn't open. There's a big old piece of ice right there.
Oh.
I'm just trying to crush up this ice. But anyway, so what's the weather like there in Decatur right now? Momo?
It's hot and rainy and stormy, and we've had tornadoes.
Now, how good are the tornadoes?
How good?
Yeah.
I don't think tornadoes are any good.
Oh, they're not?
No.
Oh, well, do you think maybe one day tornadoes will be accepted by society as living creatures?
No.
Well, what if...
They cause damage.
Yeah, but it's not like they cause bad damage, you know?
Yes, they do. I'll tell you, there's towns that are devastated because of the tornadoes.
Yeah, but you know what, Grandma? It's not that bad.
Yeah, it is.
Then explain.
Trees are being uprooted, and trees are falling on houses, and people are being injured. And in some cities, people are dying.
Well, Momo, what can we do to prevent people from dying?
Pray against the tornadoes.
There you go. So everyone, listen to me and listen well. My grandma don't like tornadoes as much as the next guy. But we got to stop these tornadoes. So what we're going to do is we're all going to file a single file line in front of the tornado. And we are going to make sure that that tornado doesn't go anywhere. Ain't that right, Momo? We got to protest. We got to protest. Grandma, will you protest?
Oh, yeah.
Grandma, if you had to protest against the tornadoes, how would that go?
It wouldn't go very good because the tornadoes will do their damage anyway.
Well, have you ever thought, Grandma, but don't they develop feelings eventually?
The what?
Don't they develop feelings?
No, James, tornadoes don't have feelings.
Well, you don't know that.
Oh, yes, I do.
Why do they name heavy tornadoes and storms names?
No, that's hurricanes.
Well, still.
They name hurricanes.
Oh, man, this is a horrible idea.
What's that?
Why did I freeze my Coke? I want to drink something really nice and cold, and it's not letting me. I'm going to try to squeeze all this out without getting cut. Oh, boy. Get out of there. Oh, man, I think I need a towel. I want something nice and cold right now. It's such a hot day. I remember that one time my grandma said something about...
You have bottles of water? Put some bottles of water in your refrigerator.
Yeah, but that don't do anything for my grandma's American culture, though.
That would be cold. When they get cold, then you'd have cold water to drink, and it's so refreshing.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Do what my grandma just said. Well, if I could just... Gosh. Oh, I bet you I could just cut the can in half. Oh. Yeah, it's already cut. So I'll just rip it open. Oh, boy, I think I'm going to cut myself.
Careful, you're going to cut yourself.
Well, you know, maybe my grandma went to America. I'll just get some scissors. I remember that time my grandma went to North Korea, and she said she wanted a Coke slushie. And you know what they told her? What is this Coke slushie you speak of? Oh, yeah. Now I can just crack this bad boy open and dump all the ice in the cup. Yes, I got me a Coke slushie. And you know what? Since I have freaking was stupid enough to shake. Come on out, stupid! Okay. Grandma, tell it to come out. There it is. Cool. I got me a little Coke slushie.
You got it?
Yep. What about you? Remember that time you went to America?
Yeah.
You ever miss America, Grandma?
Yeah.
What do you miss about it?
I miss immigrants in
There you
when
go.
they need help.
There you go. You guys, you cannot beat that. You cannot beat that. Can you, Momo?
That's right.
And what happens if you try to? What happens if you try to?
You lose.
Oh boy, this has been an interesting podcast. I'm going to pour over some regular Coke over the icy mess here. And then I got Coke with Coke ice cubes. Yes. How does that sound?
Cold drink.
Nothing better than a Coke. An orange vanilla Coke.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my grandma loves orange vanilla Coke. Remember that time you had orange vanilla Coke?
No, I've never tried it yet.
Why not?
I just never
It's
did.
been out for a while.
A diet.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
got.
think they have diet.
Yeah, they do. I bought it for Mom.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless you want me to write a letter to Coke telling them not to do that.
No.
Yep. I spent most of my day walking outside and just enjoying downtown. And then I'm going to go out tonight, go downtown, and just work on my social skills. I'm not going to lie, guys. I wish my best friend lived here. I really do. Because if my best friend lived here, we could do live video podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine doing a live video podcast?
Oh, boy, that would be fun.
Orange vanilla Coke is so good. I remember that one time my grandma had an orange vanilla Coke. Ah la 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 la. Oy vey. So Grandma, how'd your day go today?
It went pretty good.
Did you go to Dunkin' Donuts for a celebration?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
Because it was my caseworker that took me. And I didn't think, the last time we went to the doctor, I asked her if she could stop at Dunkin' Donuts, and she said no. So
How dare she?
No, so we.
No, how dare she?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
No, how dare she? My caseworker goes out with me.
It's going to go according to her schedule.
My caseworker goes out with me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Like, if I ask my caseworker if she wanted to go get coffee, she'll go get coffee.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But you know what? I miss my Momo right now. You know what? I think I might do that. I might ask her if she wants to go get coffee, and we can discuss all my financial crap there instead of discussing it, in our little office where we meet up at each week.
Yeah, but you don't want people to know your business.
To be honest, I really don't care.
Oh, okay.
See, Grandma, that's your problem. You got to stop that. You got to stop caring what people think.
Yeah.
My grandma, one time, she went to New Orleans. I'll never forget that. You know what my grandma told me when she said that? You know what my grandma told me when she said that? If I asked her, what would you do if you went to New Orleans? She said, I don't know. Go to Mardi Gras?
Yeah, I wouldn't go to Mardi Gras.
No, you can't change your answer. You already told me you would.
I know, but I thought about it, and that would be a big no-no.
My grandma going to Mardi Gras. I remember that one time my grandma went to New Orleans and she went to Mardi Gras. Good times. Do you think that's what your mom did when she went to New Orleans?
What, go to Mardi Gras?
Yeah.
Maybe she did. I don't know.
Because you said she would go once a year.
Yeah,
Mardi Gras
she did.
once a year.
Yeah.
And I can see my grandma whenever she would get back, grandma would be like, Mom, I want to go to New Orleans with you. And then her mom would say, I'll take you one day, honey. I promise. And then you would go, yeah, I can't wait. And then next year comes. Next year comes. She's packing up her suitcases. Oh, here comes Grandma. Mom. Mom. Remember you said that you would take me to New Orleans with you? And then she said, not today, honey. Maybe next year. Oh my God. Grandma, I'll take you to New Orleans.
Yeah, I never got to go.
I'll take you to New Orleans, Grandma.
Oh, yeah, you're closer to it.
Yep. But to be
Yeah,
honest,
how many hours is it from you?
it ain't that far because there's one woman at work. She's from New Orleans, and she drives there like every weekend or something like that for her kids or something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know how she does it. But she says she goes there like, I don't know, like every other weekend or something like that. Like she'll go get in New Orleans.
oh.
Yeah. But yeah. It's been so friggin' hot out today. My grandma says it's so hot out that it would melt her. She said with this kind of heat, it will melt anything.
That melts your deodorant.
Yeah, guys, if you're going to keep emergency deodorant in your car, I would recommend getting like a spray deodorant because my stick deodorant melts.
No, a spray deodorant might explode in that heat.
Are you kidding me? Why can't I keep a frickin' thing of deodorant in my car?
Well, get a roll-on.
And that won't melt?
No, I don't think so. But the stick deodorant, no.
What's a roll-on? Because I always thought it was just stick deodorant or spray deodorant.
No, there's roll-ons.
What is a roll-on?
It's got, underneath the cap, it's got kind of like a ball, and it rolls, and it gets the deodorant on that ball, and you roll it onto your armpit.
Is it advertised as a roll-on? And it don't melt?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know. I never heard of it. Do you use roll-on?
Yeah, I got roll-on.
What brand do you prefer?
Well, I've got a lot of Avon roll-ons.
Who's your Avon dealer?
Sue Nixon.
Man, she's still in the game.
Yep.
Man. I remember back in the day, we used to go to her house when I was a kid.
Yeah, we did.
So my grandma's advertising her Avon, so go get with it. What do you recommend to the people who buy from Avon?
Their shower gel is good.
Ooh.
And their body sprays.
Ooh. My grandma's big into Avon. I remember that time about the Avon scam that happened in 1984. Remember
1984.
Mhm. Remember that?
1984?
Yeah.
James, you weren't even born in 84.
I saw the news report.
Huh?
I saw a news report on it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, remember Catherine Peck?
No.
You don't remember Catherine Peck?
No.
The time you sold Avon?
No.
Are you lying right now?
No, I'm not.
Grandma, I remember when I used to tell this.
About.
What'd you say? Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about?
No, and remember, we're on podcast.
Oh, Grandma does know what I'm talking about, because that's why she said that. I remember when I told that story I used to tell that story all the time, and Grandma would get so mad. And there was one time, I don't know if it was Anna that was on the phone that day or something, but I was telling her the story, and you were like, James, stop! James, stop! I just kept going.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you do.
Terrible.
And you ended up hanging up the phone.
Yep.
And since that day, because my grandma got real mad that day, because she got tired of hearing that story about Catherine Peck. And since that day, I don't tell it no more. because I want my grandma to be happy, and I never seen her get that mad before.
Yeah, I was upset, wasn't I?
Yes, you were. Like I made a news report, guys. Listen, I made a news report. That's right. I had the audio. I made it sound like a news report. And I said, Grandma, look what I found. And then Grandma was like up in arms, like she was like, well, what is that? Oh no, that didn't happen, James. I'm gonna have to call your Uncle Tony. I gotta figure out what we can do about that. But that's lying. I didn't do that. My grandma's cool.
Yeah.
But everybody, if you ever know about the Captain Peck story, it's a lie. I lied. Because I have a funny sense of humor. But Grandma gets my sense of humor now. Grandma just gets paranoid. Like I remember sometimes Grandma will say, James, you should say that on the phone. I'm like, why? Because you never know if someone's listening. And Grandma, I have a confession to make.
What's that?
You remember those times? You remember those times where you would be paranoid on the phone about saying I shouldn't say these things about you and stuff because someone might be listening and then some interference might come in the call? Like it'll be like a vroom, and then they would talk about they're from the Republic of Illinois or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That was me.
Oh, that was you.
That was me.
Oh, I figured so.
No, you didn't, Grandma. No, you didn't because Grandma,
Oh,
they were. No, you didn't. You were lying. No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Exactly.
No, you're right.
You didn't. Because I remember when I would do that, Grandma would be like, hello? And I would be like, oh, yes, is this cool news? And Grandma would say, is this blank blank, her name? And then she would say, yes. And they would say, well, hello, my name is Duke White from the Republic of Illinois. And I was wanting to ask you some questions about the conversation that's going on about the subject matter. And then Grandma would just literally say, I don't want to talk to you. Put my grandson back on the phone. Then he would be like, okay, I'm not going to take too much of your time, ma'am. I just need to get some answers out here. And then Grandma would refuse to answer any questions from him. And then he would say, all right, ma'am, if you're not going to answer any questions, then let me understand the subject matter of what's going on. I'm just trying to see what is real here and what is not real. But if you could just disregard the subject matter at all times, just remember we're always keeping an eye out. And one moment, and I'll get you back on the phone with your grandson. And then it will go into another interference. It'll go, and then like when it was done with the interference, I would be talking like I've already been talking. So it was like, and the goat said bat and all this other stuff. And like, and the TV show that I was watching, it was That 70s Show, blah, blah, blah. And then Grandma would be like, hey, James. And I say, oh, hey, Grandma. How come you didn't answer some of my questions I asked you? And then Grandma would be like, James, something happened on the phone. And I'd be like, what? Yeah, but all those times when there was interference on the phone, Grandma, that was me.
Oh, okay. Well, now I know.
Yep. Because it was funny. And the same thing about the government calling your house about Area 51. That was me too. I was trying to scare Marco so he would not call random numbers anymore.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That was me. I called the house trying to scare you guys so he wouldn't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget that time my grandma went to Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia?
Yep, remember that?
Really? Where Nova Scotia is?
Well, Nova Scotia
that in Canada?
I think it is. My grandma's from Canada.
No, I'm not.
My grandma went to Canada the other day. My grandma one time, she said, America's not real. And I said, yes, it is. Oh, I miss my grandma. Grandma, I really do wish you lived in Georgia.
Yeah, I know.
You can meet all my friends who have helped me and all that stuff.
Yeah, I could.
Boy, me and Grandma, though, we've had some funny times. I remember when
Yeah, we have.
I remember when Grandma didn't even get my sense of humor. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
When I tell you guys, my grandma, when she would get so mad, me and her would be on the phone for like 2 hours of saying, I said, yes, you did. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Grandma would pronounce didn't. She would pronounce it so good, like you could hear the apostrophe. Like it was that good. Like I could imagine her sitting in her recliner.
You could hear the apostrophe?
Yes, you could hear like it would start off like this. I was like, Grandma, I remember when you did this, and you said, no, I didn't, and I said, yes, you did, and then she said, no, I didn't, and I would say, yes, you did. Well, minutes pass, and we just keep going back and forth with that. And eventually, like, it sounds like Grandma's rocking in her recliner, pointing at the air, and she's saying, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Like, listen close, Grandma. You can hear the apostrophe. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And see, that's when I knew, like, it was getting for real when Grandma started doing that.
Yeah, it was getting for real.
Yeah, it was getting for real. And then, if you want to know when you really hit my grandma's sweet spot, when she starts saying, in the name of Jesus, no, I didn't. That's when you know, when in the name of Jesus comes in there, boy, you hit her. You hit her right there. And the thing is, I would keep going.
Yep.
I remember we would do it for like, I remember one time, it was like a 3 hour of no, I didn't, yes, I did. And I remember you saying something like, James, we've been arguing for 2 hours. See, but to Grandma, it was real arguing. But to me, I just found it funny. And, you know, sometimes I got slick. You want to know what I did sometimes, Grandma, that you probably didn't even know? What I would do, like when I got home from my drive home from work and we were doing the yes, you did, no, I didn't, I would get home, I would record myself saying, yes, you did. And I would record it and I would just play it back and put it on repeat.
Oh, my goodness.
So I would play video games while you were arguing with yourself.
Oh, goodness, James.
Yep.
What am I going to do with you?
I would record myself saying it, and then I would just let it play into the phone while I play video games.
Oh, my goodness.
And you wonder how I won all those arguments. It was because they were usually recorded responses.
Oh, boy. That's like recorded applause.
Yep. Boy, sometimes it was funny listening to you argue with myself recorded because you would be on speakerphone so I can hear you while I'm playing the video games, and I would be laughing while I'm playing because
Oh, you thinker.
you would be getting mad. You would be like, "No, I didn't," and like in the repeat, like I just sound the same. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Like it sounded the exact same. It's like, man, Grandma's never going to realize that that's recording. Like I was just waiting for her to say something.
I didn't realize that.
Oy.
That was funny, James.
Yep. That's how I won all those battles.
I think we've had good times.
Amen. Yeah, to be honest, once you got a better understanding of my sense of humor, like we became very close.
Oh, James.
What?
Brandy is here, honey.
Hi.
Says
Gosh,
hi.
dang it. I said hi. Everyone wants to steal my grandma away from me, guys. You heard it here first.
I'll talk to you later, James.
All right, Grandma. I love you.
I love you too, honey. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
All right, so
Well, guys.
as you can see, this happens on occasion. My grandma gets stolen from me. Listen, everybody. You got your own grandma. You leave mine alone. You got me? That's going out to all grandma's friends. I remember my grandma's neighbor came over, and I knew I was on the speakerphone. And her neighbor comes over, and Grandma, she said pretty much what she said right there. So-and-so's coming over. So-and-so's here. And I yelled in the phone, she was my grandma first. Oy vey. But anyway, I'm going to close this podcast. I want to do it early because I wanted to get Grandma on while she was like high in her spirits with the, the test results that she came in. I'm glad I'm impacting her. I taught her how to fast, and I remember one time she even went a week vegetarian, and she stood strong with it. Like, my grandma's a trooper, and my goal here, and that's kind of why I do a lot of things with my grandma, I want her to have the best days, that she has left, you know what I mean? And that's why I've always called her, she's always been there for me when I was just out of it. She's always been there for me, and I want to make sure she has a wonderful rest of her life, and just hearing joy come from her, knowing that I did that, and I'm all the way in Georgia, she's all the way in Illinois. Just knowing that I have such a strong impact on her, that makes my day. You guys don't even understand. But I do truly believe one of the reasons why she's still alive to this day is because of me. Because, a lot of times my grandma's just neglected a lot, But I don't neglect her. I call her every day, make sure she takes her medicine and all that stuff. I check on what she ate all day. I would tell her, what she should be eating and what she shouldn't be eating. And if she did eat bad, I would go over, the salt content with her. See, I'm the only one doing this. I hold a full-time job. I do all that stuff. I have mental issues and crap. I go to my freaking caseworker and stuff. Yeah, I still manage to find time to check on her every day. And that's my goal, I'm going to make sure my grandma has a good life. And I'm going to do everything in my power to do that. And this podcast, she loves it. And for me, the podcast with her, when it is her time, I'll have something to look back on. And I can just listen to those and relive those phone calls Because face it, when she passes, you know, I'm not gonna have someone to call every night. I'm not gonna have someone that I can actually be myself with. You know, that's why I want to be understood. Like, that's why I made this podcast, for me to get understood by people in society, for my grandma to finally be understood, really, by her family members. Because, you know, her kids don't even understand her. Her kids are in the dark about a lot of things with her because she wasn't vocal enough towards them. But the podcast is for, if they do decide to listen, maybe they'll see the real her. And, but yeah, it's always dawned on me, you know, when it's her time, how would it affect me? And if I got the audio recordings of these conversations, you know, it'll be worth having, you know, because, you know, she's been there for me for a lot, man. Like, no matter when I needed her, she was always there, picking up the phone, talk to me. And then recently, you know, I heard from my grandma, you know, she was feeling lonely and she was getting paranoid about some things, and she tried to call up a family member, and they were kind of mad that she was trying to call them, and they're like, don't you know we got other things to be doing? We can't be on the phone all day. I'm like, I just really wish that family would realize how much she suffers and that she's elderly. And I mean, she's been through a lot, so let me just put it like this. The day my grandma lost her husband, my grandpa, that's basically when our family changed as a whole. You guys would be surprised, man. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm not making this up. Everyone went their separate ways. There was no more family gatherings. You had one side of the family at each other's throat with the other side of the family. And my grandma was just neglected out of it all. And, you know, no one kept my grandma motivated. You know, just imagine losing the love of your life and also dealing with your mental issues. Like, my grandma's health wouldn't be like it is today if she had a positive influence around her at all times, you know. Like when Grandpa passed, why weren't y'all helping her out, making sure she was okay, checking on her? Only one who checks on her is my Uncle Tony. And I don't know. But even he doesn't truly understand, which shows that they're not spending enough time. But my grandma's very mentally suffering. And it's sad to say that I'm her grandson and I'm the only one who understands her. Like, my grandma told me, she said, James, I'm so glad you're off work because I tried to call so-and-so. I was feeling lonely, paranoid out of my mind and all this stuff, and all they could say was, you've been doing it to yourself, you got to stop that, stop thinking like that, snap out of it, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know, try to enjoy the time I can, you know. I'm not going to lie, my grandma has a long life ahead of her, and I want to get as many podcasts as I can with her. So that means, you know, when it's her time, I'll have more than enough to look back to keep me occupied. So that way, I don't have to make phone calls to anyone else. I don't have to. I don't have to get my family to understand. Like my cousin Ryan said, he said, man, don't focus on trying to get them to understand because they're not going to understand. So, you know, I'm just using it as a substitute. My grandma's going to be with me even when she's not here because I got the calls and everything. It'll be my therapy and everything. And it's made it this far, shoot. Put in the comments. Put in the comments. Razzle dazzle. Anyway, shutting the podcast off now. We're out.